Hello, I am Gregory with the Moreno Valley Public Library, partnering with Veterans Connect at the library, and supported by the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services. Today, I am going to show you how to make your own paracord bracelet. Veterans and their family and caregivers are invited to stop by any branch of the Moreno Valley Public Library to pick up a free paracord bracelet kit while supplies last. All right, so let's see how this is made. So here's what we need to make our paracord bracelet. First of all, we're going to use 10 feet of paracord. A 5/8 inch clip or buckle, scissors, a lighter, and a ruler. So the first step is to measure our wrist. We're going to loop it around our wrist and pull it tight. So there's the end of the paracord. So this is where we pinch the other strand. So that's our length there. We have our ruler. And this is 7 inches. So our measurement is 7 inches, but we're going to add an inch to it. So we're going to do 8 inches. So we'll keep that in mind. 8 inches. So again, measure your wrist and add an inch to it. So in my case, it's 8 inches. So we'll just keep that in mind. The next step is you need to get both the loose ends together. It doesn't have to be exact, but put them together like that. And you're just gonna go down to the other end because we need to find the middle of the paracord. Okay, so that's our middle. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. All right, so that's our middle. We have our clip here. Or our buckle, we're gonna separate that. So the next step is to take this folded end, and you'll see the top of the buckle has a curve to it. So that's how you know what the top is. So we want to put this down through this opening here. So we're going to push that through there and just make a loop over here. We're going to bring the loop over the clip, and we're going to push these strands here down on the bottom of this clip, and we're going to pull. So there we have this end secure. Nice and tight. Now we're going to go back to the other end. It's helpful if you keep these on the same level. So just keep pinching your finger, and you don't want them to twist and turn. So just pull it through your fingers. To get to the other end. So we have our loose ends here, and we have the other portion of the buckle, and we're going to put the loose ends through, again, the top of the buckle, and again, this will have that curve. So that's the top. So you put these through there, and we're going to pull it back most of the way through. Okay, so we have it like that. And we're going to use our ruler again. So remember, the measurement we came up with was 8 inches. And to measure that, you're going to start with this part of the clip. And you're going to go to the base of the clip. So not the teeth, but the base of the clip. So you want that at the 8-inch mark. So just kind of move it over, right about there. And we're going to fold that over, or pinch it. Okay. So now we're going to secure this with our first knot, our first part of the weave. So on top here you have this end. That's what's on top. You can see there. On the bottom we have the loose ends. So the loose end that is on the left side, you're going to pull that just so it hangs over there. And the one on the right, you're going to pull so it just hangs over there. And you want to be mindful of keeping your fold secure. So the first thing we're going to do, and you can start on either side. I tend to start on the left. But we're going to make a loop. We're just going to bring this end over the middle part. And this loose end is going to go over and under that loose end. And we're going to bring it up through the loop. And we have our folds there. And we're going to try and keep the folds and kind of tighten this. And if we lose where it was, we'll always be able to redo this part if necessary. But you can kind of push up on it and get to where you need to be. And then we're going to just pull it so it's nice and straight. And you're going to pull the loose ends to tighten it. Okay. So we have this fairly secure now. Okay, should look like that. And at this point, we're going to measure again to make sure we have it correct. And it looks like we did it just about right. So we have the end of the buckle there, and then the base, not the teeth, but the base at the 8-inch mark, because we measured 7 inches and added 1 for 8 inches. So that's where we want that, and that's basically where it ended up. Okay, so once we have it to this point, we've secured the other end of the clip in place with our first knot. So at this point, let's go ahead and make sure it fits. And you want it to be fairly loose, because as we do our weave, it's really going to bulk it up. So we have plenty of room there. So we should be good right here. So we started on the left with the loop, and we want to alternate all the way down. So this time we're going to start the loop on the right. So we make our loop, we take this arm, go over and under the loose end, and up through the loop. This is the same process we're going to do all the way down. Then you're going to pull it tight So you'll notice the vertical line is on the left. The cord forms a vertical line there. So that's where we're going to put our next loop. So loop on the left, we take this loose arm, go over and under the loose end there, and up through the loop. And we're going to pull it tight. And you see the pattern forming now. It alternates sides with the vertical, and then you have the kind of zigzag pattern there. So it's on the right, so we're going to do the loop on the right. The arm goes over and under the loose end and up through the loop. Pull it tight. It's on the left, so loop on the left. Arm goes over and under the loose end and up through the loop. Pull it tight. It's on the right now. So loop on the right. The arm goes over and under the loose end and up through the loop. Pull it tight. It's on the left now. Loop on the left. Over and under and through the loop. Pull it tight. On the right. Loop on the right. Over and under and through the loop. On the left, loop on the left, over and under and through the loop, pull it tight. On the right, loop on the right, over and under and through the loop, pull it tight. On the left, loop on the left, over and under and through the loop, pull it tight. It's on the right, loop on the right, over and under and through the loop, pull it tight. And we're just going to continue this down the rest of the length there. Periodically, you'll want to push up on these, make sure they're nice and tight. So we're on the right now. Loop on the right, over and under and through the loop. Okay, probably 2 or 3 more. Let's pull this tight again. Just kind of grip the buckle there. Just kind of push down on these to get them nice and tight together. You want to make sure it can still bend though. All right, so we have it, the vertical line on the right. So loop on the right, over and under and up through the loop. Pull it tight. It's on the left. Loop on the left, over and under and up through the loop. Pull it tight. It's on the right. Loop on the right, over and under and up through the loop. Pull it tight. I think if I push up on this, we can get one more in there. I think that should be good. So left, loop on the left, over and under and up through the loop. And pull it tight. So here, before we cut our loose ends there, we want to double check to make sure that this is going to fit and it's going to be comfortable. So that is perfect. That is perfect. You want just a little bit of wiggle room so it's comfortable. Absolutely perfect. All right, so now we can get rid of our loose ends. So we're going to cut between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. So we want to leave just a little bit there. And you're going to cut. Okay. And you're going to take your lighter. Again, I do not recommend using matches. We're just going to touch the flame. We want to melt the end, but we don't want to discolor it. So it's pretty melted right now. And then we're going to press it with the lighter. Kind of press it into place. And that cut end there that we just melted is going to be quite warm. In fact, hot and sticky. So I would not recommend touching it with your fingers. Now at this point is probably okay, but just tap it to make sure it's not too hot. Okay, I think we're good. I would actually like to melt that just a little bit more. And then we're gonna press it against the lighter to just kind of mush it down. Yeah, that's better. Much better. And be sure not to touch it until it's cooled down. And even then, just lightly tap it. And we have a nice smooth surface. It's not going to come unraveled. And we're going to repeat it over here. I needed to switch scissors here. Okay, so we have our frayed end there. We're just gonna touch the end of the flame. Get it melted. And we're good right about there. You don't want it to get discolored. And then you're just gonna press that against the lighter. There it is. And you want to make sure that's nice and cool. We are good to go. That is our completed bracelet. And let's test it out again. There it is. That is perfect. So this has been a presentation of the Moreno Valley Public Library. Be sure to stop in to any of the 3 Moreno Valley Public Library branches to pick up your free kit. If you're a veteran, or a family of a veteran, or a caregiver of a veteran. This project is supported in whole or in part by the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services under the provisions of the Library Services and Technology Act, administered in California by the State Librarian. The opinions expressed herein do not necessarily reflect the position or policy of the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services or the California State Library, and no official endorsement by the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services or the California State Library should be inferred.